Hey everyone, if you're an introvert and dating feels overwhelming, you're not alone. Whether it's your first date or your next, navigating the world of dating as someone who enjoys quiet moments and meaningful connections can be challenging. But don't worry, I've covered you with 7 practical dating tips explicitly designed for introverts like you. From managing social situations confidently to fostering deeper conversations, these tips will help you feel more comfortable, relaxed, and authentic during your dates. You deserve to enjoy the experience without the stress, and I'm here to guide you through every step of the way. I'd love to hear your thoughts on whether these tips are helpful. Feel free to like the video, share your personal experiences in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more insights tailored to introverts. Together, we'll create a space where we can all thrive in the dating world while staying true to who we are. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Be yourself, stick with what works. Regarding dating, especially for introverts, the most vital advice I can offer is to be yourself. While this might sound simple, it's often one of the hardest to embrace. The world constantly bombards us with messages that we need to look a certain way, act a certain way, or even pretend to be someone we're not to win someone's affection. But the truth is, authenticity is not only your greatest strength, it's the foundation of any genuine, lasting connection. Imagine you have a date coming up, and doubts suddenly creep in. You start questioning whether your usual self, your casual, perhaps slightly reserved, yet profoundly thoughtful nature, is enough. Maybe you think about buying a bold new outfit, something flashy or out of character to make a statement. Or perhaps you consider adopting a more outgoing persona that feels unnatural but might seem impressive at first glance. Here's the thing, when you overcompensate or stray too far from your true self, you're creating unnecessary stress and setting the stage for a connection built on shaky ground. Let's take the example of choosing what to wear. If your typical style is casual but tidy, a well-fitted shirt and your favorite pair of jeans, don't feel pressured to trade that in for something that doesn't feel like you. A sleek suit or a designer dress might look amazing, but it will show if you fidget the whole night or feel self-conscious. Instead, lean into what makes you feel confident and comfortable. Clean, well-groomed, and true to your style is always more appealing than trying to fit into a mold that doesn't belong to you. The same principle applies to how you act. Before the date, take a moment to reflect on your strengths. Are you a great listener? Do you have a subtle sense of humor that shines in the right moments? You may bring a sense of calm and depth to conversations. Whatever it is, lean into those qualities. These traits make you unique and appealing, not some exaggerated version of yourself that you think the other person wants to see. Now, let's talk about why this matters. Pretending to be someone you're not working in the short term. You could pull off a charming, extroverted persona for the evening. The other person may seem impressed. But here's the catch. This act isn't sustainable. Over time, the cracks will show, and maintaining a facade will take its toll. More importantly, the person sitting across from you deserves to know the real you, just as you deserve to be loved and appreciated for who you are. Authenticity fosters trust, and trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. When you show up as yourself, flaws, quirks, and all, you're sending a powerful message. This is who I am, and I'm not afraid to let you see it. It invites the other person to do the same, creating a space where vulnerability and connection can flourish. Think about it. Wouldn't you build a relationship with someone who falls for your genuine self, rather than a version of you that only exists because you thought it might be more appealing? Bethink, Polly, what kind of relationship do you want? There's also a practical side to being yourself on a date. When you're not spending all your energy trying to impress or live up to an imagined ideal, you're free to enjoy the experience. You can focus on the moment, the conversation, the shared laughs, and the small gestures that make a date memorable. You're also less likely to feel anxious or second-guess yourself because you're not constantly wondering if you're doing enough. You are enough. If doubts persist, remind yourself that the right person will appreciate the real you. They won't care if you're a little nervous or if you stumble over your words. Those moments of honesty and vulnerability might be what they find most endearing. By staying true to yourself, you're allowing them to see and fall for the person you indeed are. And if they don't, that's okay too. It just means they weren't the right match, and it's better to discover that early on than to build something based on pretense. Before your next date, take a moment to center yourself. Reflect on your strengths and the qualities you bring to the table. Remember that being genuine isn't just good enough. It's the best thing you can offer. Step into the date confidently, knowing you're not there to perform or prove anything. You're there to connect, to share a piece of your world, and to see if this person might be someone you'd like to get to know better. In the end, dating isn't about perfection, it's about connection. And the strongest connections are built when two people meet each other exactly as they are. So take a deep breath, trust in yourself, and remember, the real you is always more than enough. Tip number 2, pick something short and fun. Dating as an introvert is about finding the right balance between connection and comfort. The key is to choose activities that feel engaging without being overwhelming. A perfect date should flow naturally, giving space for conversation while allowing room for quiet moments to recharge. That's why short, fun activities are ideal. They provide a mix of interaction and lighthearted enjoyment, removing the pressure of constant dialogue. Take mini golf, for instance. It's playful, low pressure, and creates natural opportunities for laughter. You can cheer each other on over successful shots or bond over the hilarity of misses. When the game ends, a light dinner offers the perfect setting to deepen your connection without feeling rushed or drained. A nature walk at a botanical garden is another excellent choice. The calming atmosphere of blooming flowers and quiet paths sets a relaxed tone. Walking side by side eases the intensity of direct eye contact, making conversations flow more naturally. You might stop to admire a beautiful spot or share a story, all while soaking in the tranquility. Consider a short improv or comedy show after dessert if laughter is your language. Shared humor is a great icebreaker. The experience fosters connection without requiring constant conversation. After the show, talking about your favorite moments can lead to easy, meaningful discussions. Creative activities like painting classes or visiting a board game cafe can work wonders. These options take the focus off talking while still keeping things engaging. The interaction feels natural and pressure-free, whether you compare your artwork or playfully compete over a board game. These dates are perfect for introverts because they offer built-in breaks in conversation. You can enjoy the experience without filling every silence, allowing you to stay present and energized. Focusing on shorter, interactive activities creates an environment where genuine connection can happen effortlessly, making your time together feel fun, meaningful, and refreshingly stress-free. Tip number 3, choose something you're familiar with. When it comes to dating as an introvert, creating an environment where you feel at ease is not just a preference, it's essential. One of the most effective ways to ensure you're setting yourself up for success is by choosing a location or activity you already know. Familiarity, after all, is a powerful tool. It calms the nerves, reduces anxiety, and allows you to focus on the person before you, rather than the unsettling unknowns of your surroundings. This is where we lean into the power of preparation and intentionality, hallmarks of introverted strengths. Imagine walking into a restaurant you've been to countless times. You know the menu, the ambiance, the little quirks that make the place unique. The way the lighting softens the room, the comforting aroma of dishes you've savored before, the friendly familiarity of the staff. All of these details create a backdrop where you can feel grounded. Now contrast this with stepping into a place you've never been, where every detail is a mystery. You might be distracted by the unfamiliar decor, second-guessing your order, or worrying about whether the noise level is too high for a meaningful conversation. The difference is palpable. Familiar settings anchor you, allowing you to focus on connection rather than logistics. For an introvert, this sense of control is essential. Dating can already feel like an emotional high-wire act, balancing the desire to be authentic with the vulnerability of putting yourself out there. By removing the element of surprise that comes with an unfamiliar venue, you create a space where you can be yourself. It's not about trying to impress with extravagance or novelty. It's about showcasing your personality in a way that feels natural and true to you. This is a subtle but profound shift in how we approach dating. We're not here to prove anything, we're here to connect. Take a moment to think about the places where you feel most at home. Perhaps it's a park you frequent on quiet Sunday mornings, where the paths feel like old friends and the sounds of nature provide a soothing backdrop. Maybe it's a cozy cafe where the barista knows your name and the corners are lined with bookshelves that spark easy conversation. Or it could be your favorite trattoria, where the pasta is always perfect and you know exactly which table catches the softest evening light. These places are extensions of your comfort zone, allowing you to show your date a glimpse of your world, a world you've curated carefully. Choosing a familiar setting is not about playing it safe. It's about being strategic. When you're at ease, your date will feel it too. There's an unspoken energy in how we carry ourselves when comfortable. Our smiles come more efficiently, our laughter feels genuine, and our words flow naturally. This energy is contagious and sets the tone for the entire date. Instead of feeling the need to navigate the unfamiliar, you're free to focus on what truly matters, getting to know each other. But let's not overlook the practical benefits of familiarity either. Decision fatigue is accurate, and nothing saps your confidence faster than spending 20 minutes staring at a menu, unsure what to order. When you already know the best dish or the perfect drink, you sidestep this stress entirely. That confidence spills over into the rest of the date, creating a ripple effect that enhances the experience for both of you. An element of authenticity also comes with choosing a familiar place. It says, "This is a part of my life that I value and I'd like to share it with you." It's an invitation into your world, a subtle but powerful gesture showing your willingness to open up. And if your date doesn't connect with the environment you've chosen, well, that's valuable information too. It's better to know early if your lifestyles or preferences don't align. Compatibility isn't just about shared interests, it's about shared rhythms, and the places we love often reflect those rhythms. For introverts, another hidden benefit of familiar settings is the ability to anticipate and manage energy levels. New environments can be overstimulating, especially when paired with the emotional intensity of a first date. By choosing a place you already know, you're giving yourself one less thing to adapt to. You're conserving your mental and emotional energy for the conversation, connection, and moments that truly matter. As you prepare for your next date, take a moment to reflect on where you feel most like yourself. What places bring you joy, comfort, and ease? It could be that little bookstore where time seems to slow down, or the walking trail where the trees feel like guardians of your thoughts. Whatever it is, let that be your guide. By leaning into what's familiar, you're not just choosing a location, you're setting the stage for a meaningful and effortless date. This is where the magic of connection begins, in spaces where we feel safe to be seen. Tip number 4, visualize the date. Visualizing your date is an invaluable tool, especially for introverts who may feel overwhelmed by the uncertainty and social pressure often accompanying meeting someone new. By taking the time to rehearse your date mentally, you can ease your anxieties, boost your confidence, and walk into the experience feeling more prepared and present. This isn't about scripting every word or over-planning every moment. Instead, visualization allows you to familiarize yourself with the data flow naturally and empoweringly, creating a foundation for a relaxed and enjoyable experience. Start by closing your eyes and imagining the sequence of events, from the first moment you greet your date to the final goodbye at the end of the evening. Picture yourself walking into the chosen venue, whether it's a cozy cafe, a lively park, or a quiet restaurant. Imagine how you'd like to introduce yourself, a warm smile, confident eye contact, and perhaps a small but thoughtful compliment to set the tone. Visualize the details, the environment's sound, the aroma of coffee or food, and the welcoming atmosphere surrounding you. These sensory cues help ground your imagination in something tangible, making it easier to connect to the scenario when the actual date arrives. As you imagine the conversation unfolding, consider the topics that might arise and how you'd like to respond. Let's say your date mentions their passion for travel or a recent book they've read. Envision yourself responding with genuine interest, asking follow-up questions, and demonstrating curiosity and attentiveness. For example, you might picture yourself saying, "That sounds fascinating. What inspired you to visit that destination?" Or, "I've heard great things about that book. What did you enjoy most about it?" The key here is to create a mental framework for the conversation so you feel ready to engage without overthinking or feeling pressured to come up with something clever on the spot. In your visualization, it's also helpful to prepare for common scenarios that might arise. For instance, think about how you'll handle the moment when the bill arrives. You may offer to pay in advance or suggest splitting it to keep things simple. Imagine yourself addressing this situation with ease and confidence, minimizing any awkwardness. Similarly, consider how you might navigate a lull in the conversation. Visualize yourself bringing up a light, open-ended question to reignite the flow, such as, "What's something you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance yet?" This preparation helps you feel more in control and reduces the likelihood of getting caught off guard. It's equally essential to picture positive interactions throughout the date. Envision moments of shared laughter, a sense of ease between you and your date, and those small but meaningful gestures of connection, like holding the door open or exchanging a playful comment about something you both notice. These imagined highlights serve as emotional anchors, reminding you that dates can be fun and rewarding even if you're initially nervous. Use the description. By focusing on these joyous moments, you train your mind to expect and welcome a sense of enjoyment. A joyous process with reduced anxiety and elevated levels of health. Here's an example to illustrate how visualization can work in practice. Imagine you've arranged to meet your date at a coffee shop. In your mind, you picture yourself arriving a few minutes early, finding a comfortable table, and taking a deep breath to settle your nerves. When your date walks in, you greet them with a smile and say, "You look great. I love that jacket. It's such a unique color." After ordering drinks, you initiate a conversation with something thoughtful like, "I remember you mentioned loving mystery novels. What's the last one you read that you couldn't put down?" As the date progresses, you imagine moments of laughter, a shared appreciation for the ambiance, and a growing sense of connection. At the end of the date, you thank them warmly and express interest in seeing them again, feeling proud of how you handled the experience. To maximize the benefits of visualization, practice it a day or two before your date. Set aside 10-15 minutes in a quiet space to focus without distractions. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and let your imagination guide you through the experience. Keep your visualizations realistic yet optimistic, focusing on the aspects you can control, like your attitude, behavior, and responses. Remember, the goal is not to rehearse a perfect performance, but to build confidence and familiarity so you feel more at ease when the actual date unfolds. Why does this matter? Because for introverts, the unknown can often feel overwhelming. Visualization bridges the gap between anticipation and reality, reducing unexpected stress and helping you feel more prepared for whatever comes your way. It also allows you to adapt more comfortably, as you've already considered various possibilities and responses. Instead of overthinking or freezing up, you can rely on the mental preparation you've done to guide you through the experience with grace and authenticity. Ultimately, visualizing your date isn't about controlling the outcome or eliminating all nerves. It's about giving yourself the tools to show up as your best self. By mentally rehearsing the flow of the evening, you create a sense of familiarity that empowers you to navigate the experience with confidence and enjoyment. And that's the true goal of dating, to connect with someone new in a way that feels genuine, relaxed, and meaningful. With this practice, you're setting yourself up for a successful date and building the foundation for deeper self-assurance in all your social interactions. Tip number 5. Ask stimulating questions. As an introvert, navigating the dating world can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when sparking engaging and meaningful conversations. One of the most effective ways to create a comfortable and enjoyable atmosphere during a date is by asking stimulating questions. These questions do more than keep the conversation flowing. They provide a gateway into understanding the other person's thoughts, feelings, and experiences, offering a deeper insight into who they are. Engaging questions are a powerful tool for breaking the ice and fostering genuine connections. They invite vulnerability and curiosity, allowing both parties to share personal stories and memories that shape who they are. For an introvert, asking thoughtful and well-prepared questions can ease social anxiety and turn moments of silence into opportunities for meaningful dialogue. One of the most significant challenges we face as introverts is navigating the discomfort of small talk. Surface-level conversations often feel forced, but the dynamic changes when we focus on stimulating questions. Instead of wondering what to say next, or feeling pressure to keep a conversation alive, we can lean into curiosity, asking open-ended questions that encourage storytelling and reflection. For example, consider the question, "What's the most exciting trip you've ever taken?" This question allows your date to share a vivid memory, offering insights into what brings them joy and excitement. Whether it's a spontaneous backpacking adventure or a well-planned road trip, the answer provides a glimpse into their adventurous spirit and priorities. Similarly, a question like, If you could instantly master a skill, what would it be and why? Prompts thoughtfulness, revealing their passions and what they value in personal growth. These questions do more than gather information. They create a foundation for understanding and empathy. When someone feels honestly heard and understood, the connection deepens naturally. It's not about impressing them with complex inquiries, but inviting them to share what resonates with them. Another question that often sparks joy and laughter is, what's a memory that always makes you smile? This question serves as a reminder that life is filled with moments worth reminiscing over, whether it's a childhood memory, a unique family tradition, or an unforgettable evening spent with friends. Through this, we gain insight into their values, humor, and sense of nostalgia, making the conversation more enjoyable and dynamic. For introverts, preparation is key. Although spontaneity is valuable, having a few thoughtful questions ready can provide a safety net during awkward silence. Before a date, spend a few minutes brainstorming potential questions based on what you know about your date's interests. If they are passionate about a particular hobby or love a specific genre of movies, craft questions that invite them to share more about these passions. For example, if your date enjoys films, asking, "What's your favorite movie genre and why?" can spark an engaging conversation while subtly revealing their personality. Additionally, asking follow-up questions helps deepen the conversation further. After someone shares a story or insight, don't hesitate to probe further by asking why or how specific experiences shape their perspective. This demonstrates that you're not just looking for surface-level answers, but are genuinely invested in their thoughts and feelings. The power of stimulating questions lies in their ability to shift the focus away from performance. For introverts, it can often feel like we're being judged, but in reality, a well-crafted question invites our date to share their own experiences, taking some of the pressure off us. As the conversation evolves, there's less concern about whether we're saying the right thing and more enjoyment in getting to know someone on a deeper level. Moreover, these questions create a balance, allowing both parties to share and receive equally. When we shift the spotlight to our date, we're giving them the space to feel valued and understood, and in return, we experience the satisfaction of a fulfilling connection. Ultimately, asking stimulating questions is not just a technique to pass the time on a date. It's a gateway to creating authentic, meaningful relationships. As introverts, we thrive when conversations are more than just surface-level interactions. Through thoughtful inquiries and active listening, we build bridges of trust and understanding, paving the way for deeper connections that transcend initial impressions. Many scientists have called the ability to listen the greatest learning tool in our toolkit. Tip number 6. Shift your perspective. Shifting your perspective is one of the most powerful tools to navigate a date as an introvert. Often, introverts approach dating with a heightened expectation, trying to meet an idealized standard of a perfect date. However, the reality is that dates are not about perfection. They are about connection, mutual understanding, and shared experiences. Reframing the date as a shared journey rather than a performance can help alleviate the stress often accompanying social interactions. Before your date, take a moment to remind yourself that the goal isn't to impress or to create a flawless experience, but rather to create a positive and enjoyable time for both you and your date. Think of it as an opportunity to share moments, learn from each other, and have fun in each other's company. When you shift your mindset to creating a fun, relaxed atmosphere, you allow yourself the freedom to be fully present in the moment, rather than caught up in the pressure of getting it right. One of the keys to this perspective shift is focusing on what you can control. While you may be unable to predict every moment of the date, you can control how you show up, being polite, attentive, and genuinely engaged. Concentrate on making them feel comfortable and valued instead of ruminating over whether you will impress your date. Engage in active listening, ask thoughtful questions, and contribute to the conversation naturally. And by shifting the focus from impressing to connecting, you create space for a deeper interaction. Another crucial element in this mindset shift is cultivating gratitude for the experience. Every date is a new opportunity to meet someone new and share something meaningful. Even if the date doesn't lead to a long-term relationship, you can still cherish the moments spent together and the opportunity to learn more about yourself and others. Practicing gratitude helps to maintain a positive outlook, allowing you to enjoy the date for what it is, a chance for connection, not a reflection of your worth. And if you start feeling self-conscious or pressured at any point during the date, redirect your focus. A simple yet effective way to shift your attention is by asking your date about their favorite hobby or interest. This shifts the spotlight away from you and creates a genuine opportunity for meaningful conversation. Whether they share stories about a passion for painting, traveling, or cooking, your curiosity will fuel the conversation, allowing you to dive deeper into shared interests. This approach transforms the date into a collaborative experience rather than a one-sided performance. You're no longer focused solely on how you are being perceived, but on the collective exchange of thoughts, emotions, and moments. By embracing this mindset, you create a space where both parties can feel seen and heard, fostering a more authentic connection. Ultimately, adopting a fun-oriented shared perspective allows you to enjoy dating with less pressure. When you release the need for perfection, you create room for spontaneity, laughter, and genuine moments. This approach helps introverts feel more comfortable in social situations and lays the groundwork for meaningful connections beyond superficial interactions. Embracing this perspective shift can transform your dating experience, making it enjoyable, enriching, and truly memorable. Tip number 7. Positively, do not ruminate. After a date, it's common for introverts to overanalyze every detail, leading to unnecessary stress and self-criticism. The quiet moments spent reflecting on how things went can quickly spiral into a whirlwind of what-ifs and doubts. However, it's crucial to remember that ruminating on these moments can skew your perspective and rob you of confidence. As an introvert, it's essential to shift your focus toward the positive aspects of the date and embrace the authenticity that made it unique in the first place. One of the most effective strategies to avoid rumination is to reflect on 3 things that went well during the date: a shared laugh, a kind compliment, or a meaningful conversation made you feel genuinely connected. These moments, no matter how small, serve as reminders that the date had its highlights, even if not everything went perfectly. By taking note of these positive interactions, you allow yourself to focus on the moments that brought joy and connection, rather than dwelling on perceived failures or awkward exchanges. Another helpful approach is to write down any lessons learned from the date. While it's natural to notice areas for improvement, it's important to distinguish between constructive reflection and dwelling on minor missteps. You may have learned more about what activities you enjoy or discovered how to better communicate with your date. These insights contribute to personal growth, but disappointment or regret should not overshadow them. Separating lessons from overthinking creates space for self-compassion and a more balanced perspective. Reminding yourself that you cannot control the other person's feelings is essential. It's easy to get caught up wondering whether your date had a good time or if they want to see you again. However, the only thing within your control is how authentic you were during the date. Embracing your true self, quirks and all, builds confidence and ensures that you show up in a way that reflects your values and personality. Your worth is not contingent upon the other person's opinion, but on how comfortable and genuine you were throughout the experience. Post-date, calming activities can be a great way to shift your focus away from rumination. Reading a book, practicing meditation, or walking in nature are simple yet effective methods to ground yourself and regain emotional balance. These activities provide a mental reset, helping you release any lingering stress or self-doubt. By immersing yourself in something soothing, you allow your mind to rest and heal, making space for positive thoughts and renewed confidence. Ultimately, overthinking can distort your perception of a date, leading to unnecessary anxiety. Focusing on the positives allows you to move forward with clarity and strength. Embracing your true self, celebrating meaningful moments, and engaging in self-care are potent tools that empower you to navigate dating with grace and authenticity. By doing so, you foster emotional well-being and continue to build connections in a way that feels true to you. Thank you for watching. We hope you found these 7 dating tips for introverts helpful and inspiring. Navigating the dating world can sometimes feel overwhelming, but it can be a fun and rewarding experience with the right mindset and strategies. Remember, being authentic and embracing who you are is the key to forming meaningful connections. We'd love to hear from you. Which tip stood out to you the most? Do you have any personal experiences or strategies that have worked for you in navigating dates as an introvert? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your perspectives. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it and consider subscribing to our channel for more valuable tips and insights on personal development, relationships, and self-care. We're here to support you toward deeper connections and greater confidence. See you in the following video.